Hi, today I'd like to introduce you to one of our more common sumacs in Ohio, especially here in southern Ohio. It's called shining or winged sumac. Like all the other sumacs that are native, all but one, they have these clusters of fruit that are usually vertical, although this one tends to droop after they mature, and they're kind of reddish in color. The exception with the white fruits is the poison sumac, which is a very uncommon plant in Ohio. It only exists in a few very swampy wetland areas in Ohio, and I rarely see it. But this sumac is very common here in the southern part of the state. Again, it's called winged or shining sumac. And what makes it very unique is the foliage. Like the other three common sumacs, it has a compound leaf, and they're alternate, so they alternate sides of the twigs. But this leaf has a very shiny or glossy surface, and it has a unique feature in that it has, along the rachis or the stem on this compound leaf, it has these little leafy structures where it gets the name winged sumac. So you got extra leafy structures or wings right on the rachis of the twig. The other things that make winged sumac unique, it's actually probably the smallest of the three common sumacs that we see in Ohio. It's very clonal like the other ones, but it has a smaller diameter or a finer twig. That twig tends to be covered with these bumps or lineals. They're known as lineals, and these tend to have an orange appearance. So that makes it fairly easy to identify. And again, the twig's much smaller in diameter than the other sumacs, which tend to be a lot more stout, maybe twice the diameter of these. Again, they'll have clusters of fruit. It's August 21st right now. These fruits are starting to turn red and droop. I actually grabbed some earlier footage about 2 weeks ago, which I'll show you in the video. It's got bees pollinating the flowers, and that was only about 2 weeks or 16 days ago. So these have matured quite quickly. Again, alternate leaf arrangement, compound leaves. The key at Virginia Tech says 7 to 15 leaflets. Most of these have about 11. Again, it's very clonal in nature, glossy, shiny leaf. And that leaf, in one of my favorite features of this plant, is the leaf will turn a brilliant red, and you'll have just a wall of red. So it has some landscape potential. The fruit is not highly preferred by wildlife. It kind of hangs around until late in the winter when there's not a lot of other food available, and then songbirds will utilize these. I've seen deer eat the whole clump when, say, you get a good snow cover and there's not a lot of food left. So again, this is winged sumac, a very common sumac here in southern Ohio. It tends to be on edges, and it forms these big clumps or clones or colonies of plants. Beautiful fall red foliage.